And now you're probably asking yourself, what is Beppe writing on that paper? Well, it is the shopping list, the Mercato list of Max Allegri. Who comes in, who goes out, who needs is a priority to renew. All the names are here. We'll discuss about that because today I really want to speak about Mercato. I want some hot names. Who can join possibly Juventus to make it stronger? Guys, you will tell me, Beppe, but do we have some money? I tell you immediately, I spoil you. Yes, we have. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, I hope you're all doing well. The usual one, subscribe to the channel but also put a maximum of like on the video. Yesterday someone told me during the live, Pepe, if you are not an Interista, you put the like. If you don't put a like, you are an Interista, guys. These are not my words, so it's up to you to decide. We'll speak about that shopping list of Max Allegri for the winter and or for the summer, but before that, let's do a cameo on what happened yesterday on the shareholders meeting without going into detail, because mamma mia, yesterday we already made a video about 20 minutes about Agnelli, Arriva Bene, Luciano Moggi, so if you want to, you click on it and you will be redirected quite easily, but we have to come through on some important details that maybe we didn't hear, but are quite significant. Double page of Gazzetta dello Sport with Agnelli. Titoli di coda. What does that mean? The end. The end of a story for Agnelli that said it was quite hard for me to take the decision to resign as a president of Juve because I love Juve, but Juventus is bigger than everything and everyone. Correct words of Andrea Agnelli. The last one as a president, well, officially, yes, but then there are other story, guys. There are other story because Tuttosport is reporting super important things. They are putting the doubt into us tifosi. Poi magari torna. Maybe in the future, near or far future, he could potentially come back. Front page. And we know that when Tuttosport, that is actually super close to Juventus, is putting these big titles in bold on their front page, well, you can know that there is something true. Totally true? We don't know because everything can change in a moment on to the other, but listen to it. Double page in Tuttosport as well. L'addio di Agnelli. Addio. Farewell. Forever of Agnelli? Question mark? No. È un arrivederci. No, it is a we will see each other soon.
I'm not fucking leaving!
Or we can just recap it with the beautiful meme of the Wolf of Wall Street yesterday. Imagine Agnelli doing this. Would be fantastic. Why are they saying that? Well, quite important. Because there are a few options for Agnelli to come back being the number one of Juventus. We know it. Already has been the number one fan of Juventus, but really a director, a manager, a president of Juventus could be a secret pact that has been made between him and his cousin, that from the moment that the waters are still again, quiet again, after all the investigations done, that Juventus yesterday repeated that they acted in a correct way, he could come back as a president. When are we speaking? Yes, maybe in 1 year, in end of 2023, maybe 2024 could be a solution. Or the other one is that Juventus at a certain moment is thinking about going out of the stock market, with Agnelli making an effort to buy big shares of Juventus to become actually not only the president but also the big owner, maybe sharing with a big investor. Who knows? All these hypotheses can happen in the future. Irrealistic? Not sure. It could potentially happen. So let's see what the future will bring. Anyway, one thing is really sure, Agnelli is not gone, because at the moment, even without being the official owner, because we are on the stock market, he's still a big shareholder, one of the holders, together with his cousin, John Elkann from Exor. Guys, this has been said. Now we go to the other topics. Mercato. New addition to Juventus. The first one has been reported by OneFootball. Juventus is not listening to the offers for Dusan Vlahovic, reveals Italian journalist. I recommend you guys, if you want to know more about that article, why Juventus is not listening and who wrote it, well, download for free. The link is into the description. iOS and Android, OneFootball. The best app if you want to remain. This article has been posted already a few hours ago, so if you want to, it's quite easy. You download it for free and then you go search bulk, you type in Dusan Vlahovic or Juventus and you will find the article. Guys, do it now. It is for free and it is for you. We continue with the names because Corriere dello Sport is saying Max fa tutto. Allegri is doing everything. Nuova Juve, a new Juventus. Pieni poteri, all the powers in the hands of Max Allegri. And then they are putting, luckily, almeno fino a giugno, at least until June. Why until June? Because we know it, Allegri has a contract with Juventus until 2025. Yesterday, 2 days ago, 5 members were actually appointed as board of directors. These people are expert in their field, lawyers, accountants, and so on to defend Juventus out and off the field, but at the moment no one entered the company, the club Juventus, in a sporting way. So at the moment it will be Allegri together with Cherubini and Storari that will do the Mercato. 20 million apparently is the budget that has given to Juventus, 20 million that of course can be increased. If you sell some players, you have more money to invest to another one. This is how Mercato works. Well, Max Poteri, but until June. Why? Not only because new faces can enter Juventus, but also because he has one objective, finishing at least fourth to continue with his contract. Otherwise, ciao to Max Allegri. Apparently, these are the words in a secret meeting between Scannavino, new general director, and Max Allegri. So until June, we will have to stay. We will have to wait. We have to understand what will happen with the future of Max Allegri. If he really wants that list, where is it? That list to come true. Then, Gazzetta dello Sport, Max ci mette il muso. Max is already putting his opinion on it. Max, he feels more powers also in the decision of the Mercato. Nedved is not there anymore. So who and what is the list of Max Allegri? Reported also by OneFootball. The first one is Allegri, he identifies the World Cup winner as the right replacement for Rabiot at Juventus. And that's an important one, because let's not lie, the biggest dream of Max Allegri would be to renew the Frenchman of France. We know it, Adrien Rabiot, one of his chouchou, his favorite, one that he really needed and helped actually to grow and to become the midfielder that is today maybe in the top 10 most performing midfielders of the world. Well, Max Allegri wants to renew him, but it will be really difficult. It will be crazy and nearly impossible. Why? Because after the performance with Juve, but also the performance at the World Cup, a lot of clubs are on Adrien Rabiot. And Veronique, the mother, she knows that she can have a lot of money, much more than what he's already earning at Juventus. Juventus can't align themselves financially. And this is also why Max Allegri, he also is a bit of a realistic person, and he knows, okay, if we can't do nothing for Adrien Rabiot, we have to go to other profiles. Max Allegri always has Sergej Milinkovic-Savic in his target, but more the seasons are going, because Max Allegri wanted him at Juventus since 2018, more the seasons are going, more and more it's difficult to have him. Why? Because he's increasing in age, he's starting to be older. Not only that, he never proved himself really at high level. We know it, two World Cups where he was a bit of a flop, not always decisive in big moments, and maybe also the difficulty to negotiate and to deal with Lotito, and that's why he's thinking about an alternative. Who can that alternative be? Well, McAllister, 24 years from Brighton, but also a freshly new World Cup winner with Argentina. Well, for the midfield, apparently Max Allegri, he defined already Max McAllister in his mind. For if a reasonable offer comes for McKennie, and that's an important one, they could try already in January. So Max, you really want already to anticipate in January. McKennie gone from Juve, maybe even Rabiot, but only if we have McAllister at Juventus. Brighton, they are not in a hurry. They are super happy with the World Cup of McAllister. They know that now the value with the stocks super high, 50 million euro. Well, apparently, if Sergej Milinkovic-Savic we give up, if there is no big war of bid on the Argentinian player, Juventus could say something. I told you, the value is between 45 and 50 million euro for a player where his contract will end in 2025, so difficult to negotiate, but Juventus can enter. I told you, we have 15-20 million euro to spend on the Mercato. If you sell for 30 million Weston McKennie, the amount is there to go full power in January already for the Argentinian player. Is he important for Juventus? Well, you will tell me, Beppe, McKennie is going away, if Paredes is going away, if Rabiot is going away, probably you need another midfielder. 24 years old, a player that is playing every game with Brighton or with Argentina from the beginning and is never subbed out because he has a really great physical condition, really great impressing. It's a player that is giving his max, pressing. We all admire him at the World Cup. He can play in a 3-man midfield, in a 2-man midfield. He can play on the right side, he can play on the left side of that midfield. Important player. The Problem, of course, with McAllister is that probably 2 months ago you would have bought him for 15-20 million. Now you have to go immediately with 45-50 million. So probably Juventus, they waited too long. And again, we were not fast on a player that became big on the international stage. This is a problem. Who are the other names? Dalot. Dalot for the right side is the dream of Allegri, a right back that already showed a lot of things. Young player, 23 years old for the Portuguese player. He was sponsored by Cristiano Ronaldo at Manchester United. He's still playing at Manchester United, but probably without Cristiano Ronaldo, maybe United is thinking to sell him. Could be a good opportunity. At least it's the dream of Max Allegri. What about the other ones? Well, Allegri wants to renew. And we see all the list here. All the names are here. McKennie out, Dalot in, McAllister or SMS in, Paredes out, Milik out, Milik out, Milik renewing, and Danilo renewing. These are the demands of Allegri. Renewing Danilo, that can also become a captain in the future of Juventus without Bonucci, but also Milik. He has a few months, a few weeks to prove that he is a Juve player. Juventus is really already thinking to say yes with Allegri, that already is convinced about the player from Poland. What about Paredes? Well, quite easy.
Thank you very much, but your services will no longer be required.
His time is over. His time is over with Juventus for the salary that he's earning, and he proved zero at the moment. Guys, these are the names of the future possible Juventus. What about the real future? Because Juventus is doing an excellent work with the next gen, with the under-19, with that project that is actually showing to the world that Juventus worked really well, at least in one sector of our club. Well, they are thinking about the new Holland. Who is he? 18 years old, another Norwegian striker. His name is Andreas Schjelderup, and that will be a really difficult one if he joins Juve to pronounce on the channel. Well, Juventus is already monitoring him. Juventus again on top. Now, what about Pogba? Pogba, controversy all around the globe. I will not even speak about it because I spoke about it yesterday. What about Cuadrado? The last news of the day. Cuadrado apparently yesterday he did his test for his knees and looks like he can come back with a group training. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. He will probably not play versus Standard Liège, but he can be there versus Cremonese. That's a good news because we still have that problem on the right side of the field. At the moment, Allegri said stop to the loans of Soulé and Barbieri. We keep them until we understand really the situation on the right side of the field. If Dalot joins, maybe they can go on loan. If he doesn't join, if nobody joins on the right side, maybe then we have to keep these young players and they will have some minutes. This was it for me for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Put a maximum of like. Subscribe to the channel. Grazie, forza. Juve.